So traditional on-premise infrastructure for enterprises look like this. You have many clients and they talk to some internal network and their internal servers. And let's say the company is called Acme and we have servers that are running, and they adopted virtual machine architecture, and so they have multiple virtual machines that are running on top of hypervisors, which abstract out
CPUs, storage, and network.
The virtual machines that you have here, the programs are usually written in a style, and one of the styles that we call is the MVC, the model,
view, control,
which basically provides a framework to be able to provide services to clients. And so this has worked for a long time, and this is traditionally called monolithic. And the servers here are usually located in the building, and so you need an IT guy and who makes purchases, who does
installation, does configuration, and once the machines are up and programs are running, they have to do upgrades, they have to do patch.
And if there's a need, they might have to go back to here again and rebuy and re-go through this entire process. And so because of this, this entire setup worked for many, many years, but now as the world has gone towards global scale, this old-fashioned is vulnerable, because if one of these components here die, then the entire program dies. Minus because it can't scale. If you want to scale, then you got to work with IT to buy more machines, go through this entire process. And also it's bad user experience, because as your footprint grows around the planet, your servers, which are located inside your building called Acme, needs to service that, and the performance is very, very slow. So because of this, there's a new way of thinking to address all these challenges, and it's called cloud native. And basically nowadays, because of the advent of mobile devices, you have your smartphone, you have your tablet,
You have your lightweight laptop or thin client, and you can even have IoT devices that are transmission.
and these all talk to a global infrastructure, and they can connect to it. And so you could be in North America, and this is all underpinned by a cloud service provider. And so some of the ones that have global reach,
Amazon, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud.
and there's some regional ones like Alibaba, and in Europe, OVH Cloud. So in addition to a global infrastructure, they've also completely modernized how applications are developed, and it's called microservices. So basically programs or services now are created using little containers, which provides little services, and each one does its own specialized function. And because of this, you can use the language of choice. So for instance, perhaps you have an old algorithm that is finely tuned. You have some enterprise application that was using Java, and you probably maybe want to use a front-end friendly language such as JavaScript. So you pick the language of choice to do the best job possible for using the language that is ideal for it. And all of these microservices talk to each other, providing a very specialized service that's it's highly good at. And so we can call this, and so if one container dies, the monitor, which is done via Kubernetes, will shut down that container and then bring it back up, and while letting the other containers keep running. So because of this, you're less vulnerable, because you have container isolation, and you have scalability because the Kubernetes management system can automatically create new containers, create new pod, connect into infrastructure. It's a better user experience because of the global footprint and so forth. Now, this is called cloud native, which is made available because of microservices. But a lot of the current enterprises don't want to make this big jump to refactoring their existing applications. They want to actually be able to get out of this building that's already here, and then maybe just reuse the applications and then use the Infra platform here. And so the virtual machines basically are running on this cloud infrastructure through virtual machines. And this type of setup, it can be called cloud, or sometimes it's called hybrid cloud. All right. So this is a quick walkthrough of what cloud native is, which is basically applications are written in with the container style, which allows for container isolation and easy scalability. We call that cloud native. A lot of the current programs run on virtual machines on premise, which is in a building that the IT guy needs to manage. And right now, most of the majority of the enterprises actually are taking an intermediate step on the transition to cloud native, going through a hybrid cloud approach, which is reusing their virtual machine apps and on hosted public cloud infrastructure such as AWS. So I hope this was useful.